Hi, I'm Barry Sahajian, and this tutorial is about learning to play root and fifth bass lines. Many beginner bass players, after learning a bit of technique, learn licks. A recent student of mine that had been playing for 6 months, he did just that, and he learned 2 licks. Now he wanted to play more songs, and I said, well, the way you can do this is to learn to play a root and fifth line. By learning a root and fifth line, you can play hundreds of songs right away, if you learn a little theory along with it. So that's what I did. And you must understand, learning a root and fifth bass line is one of the most important things you can do. And if you think it's only a beginner thing, listen to Jaco Pastorius. Some of his most complex songs were using a root and fifth. Of course, it was a little bit evolved and he added a little more to it, but basically it was still a root and fifth. Root and fifth bass lines are used throughout a bassist's career. Jazz players, rock players, they use it. This is part of a bass player's job. If you happen to be playing solo work and everything, well, it's not so important anymore. But if you want to play with other people, you have to know root and fifth. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you a few ways of playing, basic ways of playing a root and fifth bass line, and then we're going to evolve into understanding the chords and how to use a root and fifth bass line in the chords, which is usually pretty simple because if you're only using the root and fifth, it can apply to many chords. For instance, a C chord, a C seventh chord, a C minor chord, a C major seventh chord, it'll all work a root and fifth. That's the beauty of it. So let's get started and let me show you a couple of ways of playing it, and then we'll go through some root and fifth lines, adding the rhythm, and that makes it much more interesting. Okay, I'm going to show you 5 licks now using root and fifth. Each one of them is a little bit different. I'm going to start with the first 2 licks, and it will be root going down to the fifth, 4 measures, then root going up to the fifth, 4 measures. I've shown you 2 1-bar phrases and 1 2-bar phrase. The 2-bar phrase is nothing more than the 2 1-bar phrases played back to back. Now I'd like to get into 4-bar phrases. And I'm going to use the existing phrases that I've already showed you to produce these. So the first phrase would be playing the first phrase I've showed you, play it 3 times, and then play the second phrase on the 4th measure. Sounds like this. It goes up to the 5th 3 times, then it goes down to the 5th on the 4th time. Now we do exactly the opposite. We go down to the 5th 3 times, and then we go up to the 5th the 4th time. Now I have a play-along track. It's a couple of minutes long, so you get a good workout, and I am going to play all of these phrases randomly. I will put a neck diagram in the tablature as we're going through so you can listen to them and identify them as you listen. Also, I'd like to add, I will be putting these on my Patreon page. You can download them, and all of the backing tracks here, as well as the tab and the neck diagrams. I'd also like to ask that you might subscribe, comment, and like my video if you're enjoying what I'm doing. And I'm going to be doing a lot more essential bass theory tutorials in the future. Thank you for stopping by, and hang around and listen to the play-along track.